Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Fridays. We are happy to be back. We hope everybody enjoyed their holidays and is ready for the new year. My name is Rob Dylan. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good. It's great to be back for
Yeah, crazy,
2025.
crazy.
I don't know about you guys, but the end of 2024
yeah,
was insane.
yeah.
At least collection wise for me. I won't go through everything, but like I picked up some really good
I seen you. I
cards.
seen you got some heat. I seen you got some heat.
Dude, it's like so I went like we peaked and then we valleyed and then we peaked and then we valleyed for
Yeah,
my
yeah.
collection. And like I got some pieces back that I had gotten rid of.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fortunate to get them back at cheaper prices
Yep.
than when
That's always
originally.
a win.
So that was a win. And then I got stuff I didn't I got a SGC 10 from someone in the community. I got a SGC 10 Chaos Agent. Super
Congrats on
happy
that
with
one. That's a
that.
that's a good one right there.
No, so there's a lot, and so like I saw this post in the Facebook group, and they were like, "All right, what's your best pickup for 2024, and like your best trade?" I only did
What
one
was it?
trade with
Yeah.
my man Daniel, and I got a Midas 9, so
Okay.
that's probably my best one. It's like the only trade I did. Um, I don't really trade, you guys know that, but in
Yeah.
terms of best card, I couldn't pick. I try
Yeah.
to think, is my Gold Trooper? Did I get my Gold Trooper in 2024?
No, I think you got it last. Well,
Was it the
2023. I
is it
think that
is either the beginning of 2024 or the end of 2023, and I can't remember. Time flies.
I'm almost positive we got the drift. I got drift and you got Go Trooper around the same time. I think that was the end of 2023. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was in 2024.
It was
It
hard for
might
me.
have. It might have been. I don't know. I can't remember,
It,
bro. It's been
it, it
too.
was hard. So
Yeah.
I couldn't put my. I don't know which one. I can completely honest.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, people were selling like
yeah.
exactly. People were selling like the world is about to end, and I'm not trying to say don't do it. I mean, do
By
what
the
you guys
by
want
the
to do.
boatload.
I've been loving it. My collection's been like looking amazing. I just like some days I'm just up here looking at through my cards like, oh,
Yep.
this is really cool. Um, so no, it's been exciting. What about you? How are
Yeah.
your
No.
holidays?
So mine's is a little bit different from yours in the where I think I was in your position last year where I ended very strong. Like that was when I ended the year off with drift, like, and that was a major one. This year, I was heavy on the like that March to April was where I really did a lot of my damage, and then I had a strong one in like that August, July, August, and then after that, I've been smooth sell. But if I had to say my best trade this year was for Chaos Agent, especially because if people knew that trade, they will 100% say I lost. But I fell in love with Chaos Agent even more since that trade. And then I'll say my best pickup this year. I think it would have to be. I think it would have to be Fish Stick. It would have to be Fish Stick for last year. I should say it would have to be Fish Stick just because I'm almost positive if I didn't get it in that time frame, it probably would have been hard for me to get at any given time.
Well, I thought all these were gonna be hard to get,
Yeah.
and like I'm just like I got my hunting rifle back. Things are,
Mhm.
and they added hunting rifle back into
Yeah.
raid,
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
so I'm like super happy right now. Um, so besides that, I know there's a lot of like
It's a little nuance.
a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
craziness going on. It's still quiet, and
Mhm.
THG is still here. One of the things that we did release or shipped out, you should have. I know I said mid January,
Mhm.
but people got it in December. So if you ordered one, you can see that you got your little mats here, upside down. So if you guys would like to order one, we still have these.
Make
Um,
sure y'all order one, yo.
all the pre-orders have been shipped out, and except for yours, Rob. I have yours packaged, and I meant to ship it out today. I just couldn't make it to the post office. Um,
THG is okay, so we good.
yeah, yeah, you're gonna get yours. So if you guys
yeah.
just go to FortniteCars.com, go to the store, you can pick one up if you want one. They're 22 unless you're a pro member. There's a big discount. So if you're a pro
Yeah.
member, it's a big discount. All
Major
right,
discount.
major
Major discount.
major discount. So you can go and do that. See if you guys can catch it up. I'm going through some of these. Oh, let's talk about this real quick.
Yep.
Um, for the checklist, if you guys aren't in the Discord, you don't know this, or you probably looked on here. We have a new feature that is still semi in beta under development. Hopefully, all the bugs will be worked out by next week.
Yep.
But I just want to let you guys know if you guys click on this plus, you can no longer add it to your collection. Instead, it's going to show you the pop report of every parallel. I repeat, so it's just like going to the PSA site. Instead
Yep.
of having to search it, you can do it here. So like one of the cool things is if you go to like checklist and go to Panini, go like series 1, and you can search it, or like here, let's say Midas, quick and easy, and can pop it up here. There is a bug right now because of PSA.
Mhm.
They don't let us do as many as I want to a day. So right now we only have 100 calls to the
Yep.
data a day, but by next week that is gone. So you guys will be able to see everything by next week. So like right now you can see it's repeating the same one. It's because I maxed out. You guys were using it so much that it maxed out, and that resets every 24 hours. So if you do one that hasn't been searched, like no one searched for this guy, um, it says please check back in 24 hours. This bug will be gone next week. All right.
Yep.
I'll let you guys know in the Discord when it's fixed. It's an issue with PSA. They were limiting me. So don't worry though. I got it figured out, and it'll be exciting. You can check everything. One of the cool ways is if you go to more checklists, you can see every Fortnite card. You can do that from the homepage too. So if you go search every card, this will be the fastest way to look up
Mhm.
PSA pop report. It's gonna take a second because it's a lot of cards, right? So then you can just be like aura, and it'll pull up every aura. Right now I have series 1, series 2, and series 3 done. I haven't done the stickers yet, and I haven't done reloaded yet. All right. Um, but reloaded is only the checklist isn't really finished anyway. Renegade Raider will be on there. From reloaded, Jonesy,
Yep.
some of those other ones, but I haven't done all of them yet. But you click here and you can see it pops right up. So 2025 is gonna be awesome. Like I said,
Yes.
right now it's repeated. I know that. Don't worry, it's gonna be fixed next week. Sorry, how to get that website update to you guys. Hopefully
Yeah.
that's useful. Um, how much of the math? Oh, I just said that. Happy New Year, Shane. Just grabbed a US Series 2 Mega for the first time. What's the best chasers besides Aura?
Some heat. It's some heat in S2, man.
All right, let's go into that since we can do that. What would you say besides those ones?
Unbiasedly as possible. I'm a big
Or
fan of Chaos.
biasly?
Yeah, Chaos Agent.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Chaos Agent,
did he say Bone? Yeah, Ice King. Um,
Lynx.
Lynx for sure. Lynx is high up there for me. If y'all, I think it's high up there for everybody, to be honest.
I
Uh,
believe I saw. I'm mad at JT. I know he's in here watching. So
huh.
I buy these megas. I hit nothing. I bought like
JT
6.
was on a
Dude
heater.
buys half the amount of megas, and then he hit like everything. He hits an aura, of course he does. Who else did he hit?
He had a Chaos Agent.
He hit a
He,
Chaos Agent.
who else did he hit? He hit a Ruby. I
Maybe
think
I don't know. He
I
goes,
can't
I got
remember, but
number
yeah,
2 and number 3, but I didn't hit number 1, and that hurt me. Or is number 1 in my heart. But I'm assuming he was referring to
to
Lynx.
Lynx. Yeah.
And I'm not mad at that, especially in PSA 10. Right now,
Yep.
you cannot see it. Oh, yeah, he got Ice King. But like when this is updated next week, you'll be able to see Lynx has a very short pop
Yeah.
report per 10. So Lynx is a great one, especially if you can
Crystal.
get it minty. Crystal is good. I still like Manic.
I like Ruby. Um,
Trying to think.
I'm
Hush sells really, really well. I mean, Hush
Hush.
is a personal favorite of mine.
Hush is a great one.
Yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine.
And it's one of the better, like, surprise better looking cards. Like, I know Dylan wanted Hush to be a little bit darker, but I really enjoy that light blue for her. It's a dope card for that.
And I like Hush. You know, it's the Lynx one that I don't like the
That's super
Crystal
dark.
Shard as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my Hush somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
look for
think
it.
that Lynx is a very dark blue, and then Lynx is pretty much all black in the style that they chose.
It just
Uh
doesn't pop as much as I
yeah.
wish it did. But I mean, it's still a great card. It just doesn't pop as much.
She would have done it would have been great justice for her to have the overlay of the crystal shards if she was gonna be that dark. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, it kind of would have helped it a little bit. Um
I also think like her color is a little close.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
I don't know. It's something about it just doesn't pop as much. Like Ice King pops just fine.
yeah.
So I think that's most of the big hitters. Are there any
Yeah,
we're
like I mean,
missing?
it's probably a couple here and there that we're missing, but for the most part, that's really oh 8 ball. My bad, 8 ball. I
A-ball's a
like
good one.
that's a personal favorite of mine as well. Uh, a lot of people like Yonder. Mecha
Ooh,
team leader. Yeah,
yeah.
yep. Bunker Jonesy is always going to be underappreciated.
I
And
like Bunker. I used to have a 10. I don't anymore. Ooh, Zadie. How do we forget
Zadie,
Zadie?
yeah,
Zadie's a
Zadie.
great one. Tigress is good. Um, or great, however you want to put it. Now there's a lot. It's kind of hard.
Echo, Echo.
And does your site have that info under the break info for the series? Uh, rare. Oh, so for the rarity pairing, people have been asking us. We used to
Yeah,
have
yeah. We
that
used to have that.
information.
That was a great layout.
Yeah. So I haven't modified it yet. I've been working on the PSA pop reports. Once I'm done with the pop reports and they're working, I'm gonna figure out a way to categorize these by the rarity for you guys. It's
Did you save the page?
I mean, it was this page. It's probably been deleted.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how it was. You mean just add it under? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, like just add it as a scroll because people do like it, so just kind of tag it on there.
You know who we not Sludge for me, but we
Ripley,
always Ripley. Yeah,
Ripley, yeah,
we always
Ripley is.
forget about Ripley.
But Ripley, so to Jake's point, the thing that's beautiful about series 2 is that chapter 1, season 1, that whole battle pass is in there, and they have both of their styles in there. So if you like 8 ball, even though Scratch has a different name, that's 8 ball as well. And you have that with all the other skins in that set as well, which is including like that Ripley and Sludge counterpart. So yeah, series 2 has a lot going for it for sure.
What I'll do in the meantime, after either tonight or tomorrow, I'll put some information up here to tell you guys which numbers are
Mhm.
uncommon, rare. Maybe that'll be helpful so you can see. But I will color code it in the future.
Yeah.
Um, I can think of a way to do that. I think I know how to do that. But yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'm sorry. That question's been
Yeah, yeah.
asked a lot.
That would have been great if we still had that page where you could have just simply tagged it. But that was so long ago. It's like, yo,
Yeah, and then
that's
we updated it to the new one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I probably have all the stuff to redo it that way. But then you'd have the checklist twice. It'd be
And
kind
then
of
it get it. And I guess it will yeah, I guess we have to see if it flowed. But that was like what 2 years ago that we took that down, maybe? Like
I don't know. Time fly. I hope it wasn't 2 years.
it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute.
All right. So one of the
Yeah.
things I know it's early. We're steaming through this. One of the things that I want to talk about. I talked about this in the Discord. I didn't get many people. I didn't get many people getting into the conversation, which is fine,
Mhm.
because it's a little off topic. But as you guys know, Topps owns the contract for Fortnite, right? And we're just waiting for them to release a set.
Mhm.
Um, so because of that, I'm watching everything that Topps does, and then at the end of November, they announced, or December. In December, they announced a new set made by Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars.
Which was great for
So it's a
them.
combination of these four properties. It's called Topps Genesis. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most people don't care. I'm not a huge fan of those kinds of sets either, especially when they're mixing all these different ones together. But I was like, okay, well, this is a good chance to see how a actual release would go.
Yeah.
They announced it in December and it released January 1st. My first assumption was that was extremely fast.
Very fast.
The same thing happened with Dune. It was released on release day of the movie, right?
Yep.
Another interesting thing that they shared is every single card was numbered. Same thing with Dune, and both of them were very fast releases, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, what if they did Fortnite this way and people were chiming in? I now believe they're not going to do it this way because of those properties came out so fast. I don't think that's going to happen for Fortnite. They've been taking a long time to build this set. I don't think it's going to be a very quick release like this was.
Yeah.
But regardless, I wanted to see how hard it was to get a set. All right, so I'm going to talk about this for a little bit. Topps Genesis, I thought the cards were underwhelming. It looked like they just threw the property icon on the same weird
Mhm. Yeah.
platform. Right? To me, it was underwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm when it comes to specifically Marvel, I'll specifically talk about that one. I'm used to the way uh Upper Deck does it. So yeah, I'm on the same side as you. Very underwhelming, just like the default poses, especially with somebody like Darth Vader. Like that is, I mean, you could have done a couple different poses that he's known for. But I figured as such. So it's gonna be interesting to see how everything plays out. But yeah, definitely underwhelming when it just came to like the poses and just how the layout of the card is.
Okay, that's it. So I'm glad we're in agreement there. Um, so interesting enough, the box comes with 5 cards. All cards are numbered. The retail price at launch, because I was there, I waited an hour. I kept refreshing the page until it released at the exact time, and it released at $100 a box for 5 cards, with your chance of a 1 of 1, a
Yeah.
1 of 5, a 1 of 50, 1 of 75, I believe a 1 of 99. All right. So as you can see, it says sold out. The 10 box cases, as soon as I refresh the page, within, I want to say like 5 seconds, the 10 box cases were sold out
Yeah.
instantly. Sold out. And then the $100 boxes, I was spamming on multiple computers at my laptop set and this, spamming the button to buy. It would not. I kept getting the error code because there's too many people buying them. And that happened for 35 minutes and then it sold out.
Yeah.
This is what the cards look like. There was, if you do the math, 99, and you add up all, there's 100 cards, you add up all the variants, it comes to 5,100 boxes. So
Bro.
in 30 minutes, 5,100 boxes of a $100 box were sold. And the cards looked like this. So why did that scare me? Because A, I think that Fortnite product's going to look a lot better than this. They've been working on it for over a year. Epic Games is very picky. I'm sure they're putting their work into the design to make sure the product fits. So I think it's going to look better than this. Therefore, I think it's going to sell extremely fast. Extremely fast. And I don't know how many, if they only release it online, I think we're screwed, to be honest.
Was it a limit on how many you could buy at once?
I never got that far. So here it says add to cart, and it would just keep getting an error code.
Bro.
Yeah, their website was having huge issues. Yeah, ouch at this price. All right.
Dude, like my first thought was 5 cards. 5 cards. That's
5
like, and
cards for
obviously
$100 is crazy.
for
And
$100.
this doesn't look premium either, right? This doesn't.
No, that I mean that is now. Don't get me wrong. Like
The Dune box was 50.
yeah, that's crazy. Cause like outside the poll. So if you go back up to the cards that they have up there, if you take away the fact that the pose is bad, I do like that the 101 is like the super fractor or the gold vinyl, but it's black. I'm pretty sure that shines well. It's just that the fact that Spider-Man has that pose, which is absolutely lazy. But I 5 cards, bro, at that price is just crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, in sports we see that all the time, but this. I mean, that's nuts. So it's interesting though.
Yeah, so I agree, JT. I don't think they're going to take this approach because, first of all, I think they're taking a long time to design the set and they're being very specific. But I do think it's possible that they release it online only.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hopefully, we get it in stores. Pops does put some product in stores, but they've been doing a lot of online releases for stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know what direction they're going to take. So, are you ready, guys, to see what these sold? So immediately, I checked before, and then I checked after. I checked to see if there's any pre-orders yet, and then I checked after. When I couldn't get it, I went straight to eBay to start checking the prices.
Yeah.
So even at 2x the price with the attention would be huge. The first box was $200. The second box was $2,000 on eBay for pre-orders. So you can even look at the sold, and they went as high as like 2,000. Then they came down to about 700-800, right? And then now I think they're around like 499, 500 right now. Yeah, 49, 49, 479, 480, 500 for a box of 5 cards. And this is the pre-order. So I don't know,
Bro,
guys. I don't know. I
and
don't know what to tell you guys.
because like what King's saying right here, we experienced like 100% King because we experienced this with Series 3. That's exactly what happened. Series
Series
3,
2. Series
uh
2
yeah,
also,
yeah,
but Series
yeah,
3 in the beginning,
right,
all the because
yeah,
Series 1 didn't do so well, but Series 2 did well, and then
mhm,
Series 3, because of that, all the flippers went
yeah,
hard. Yeah,
yeah.
it was rough.
Because yeah, to Dylan's point, like the what was different with Series 3 is that it was sold in more places, right? It was sort of sold at more locations,
Hmm.
and the amount of speculation resale that we seen compared to the first two sets. Series, like Dylan said, Series 2 was definitely nothing to sneeze at, but Series 3 was crazy when it came to just the reseller speculation and doubling and tripling of prices. So yeah, if something like this, if it doesn't even look like this, it's just gonna be crazy. Like JL was saying, trying to get anything really. Like it's gonna be crazy.
Also, do not if the price jumps up, do not buy it for
Don't
2K.
buy.
All right.
Don't buy.
So I saw this, and it took about 24 hours, and now like if you take so if this happens to Fortnite, which I'm hoping it doesn't, guys, I hope it comes to stores. You can see now it's down to around 500, 489. So at least wait 24 hours. Okay. 24 to 48 hours. It's been about 2 days now, and it's come down. Do not buy the instant for the 2K price. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me get mines on that. Yeah, I don't do any of that. Wait for the singles, let that joint drop because it's gonna, like Dylan is saying, but it's gonna take a little bit longer than that.
all right. If the boxes
It's,
retail at 100, I'm buying a box at 479. I might be too scared to
but no,
wait.
well, here's the thing. If it looks like this, then I get exactly what you're saying. Like if
Yeah.
it's where it's like 5 cards, and I mean, I don't
Because
know
you
if
get a
I
chance
would.
at getting the one of
Yeah,
one.
I don't know if I would, but I get why you would. I do.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. Yeah,
That's just how I am. I like to open it and I want to see what I can get. But yeah, I wouldn't go crazy on it for sure. Buy
yeah.
singles, the prices hopefully will drop. Um,
It, I I think we're all pretty seasoned collectors right now, and I'm not. One thing I refuse to happen is to let speculation bully me out of something I already know. Like I'm not
yeah.
letting it happen. Like like because I think JL said it. Like if a Renegade Raider is in there, like let's just think of it this way: Renegade Raider comes because this is what's going to happen. So let's go with this. I like that you brought this up because it ties into a couple different things. So if you've been paying attention to sports, right? The new products that have came out recently, let's say over the past month, the major football the major football prospects have been popping up immediately, and people think that it's like, oh, the all the breakers are getting all the product, which is true to an extent, but what's really happening is all the product is being ripped, like it's being ripped immediately because of the breakers. With that being said, you might, where we would have seen, let's say, Renegade Raider 101 maybe 2 to 3 months later, we'll probably see it immediately if
I
speculation jumps in.
I will
Like,
say though, our hobby seems to really like sealed
right.
currently.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Now the sports, I feel like they're less away from that. Like
But
I think sports is more breakers.
see, here, one thing to your point though, one thing, this is the only thing that we got to change our minds with. That's true, but there was no one-on-ones. If there's
That's
numbered
true.
cards,
If there's one of
that's yeah,
ones,
yeah.
that might
It might change it. It could stay the same. The only thing I'm thinking of is, and another thing that we'll experience as well that we haven't experienced before is, which it will be different for Fortnite because it's a lot of characters that's popular. But let's just go with the top echelon. Let's just go with Renegade Raider. Let's go with Black Knight. Let's go with Midas. Pilly as well. All four of those get pulled. The product, those one-on-ones, that product price drops immediately. Like as those one-on-ones get pulled, the product price drops because those one-on-ones are pulled. Now it will stay up pretty high because there's out of fives and out of tens, let's say. But when those one-on-ones pull, the price will drop because that's what people will be initially chasing. That's the difference with number cards. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out with so many popular characters.
now,
You
yeah,
know,
because it's different. It's different than sports where like this year you have the rookies, and that's what people are chasing most of the time,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, this is a whole new product,
Hmm.
and I feel like if there's an aura, this is her first numbered
Yeah.
card. I'm chasing it. There's probably 30 links. There's probably 30, 40 cards that they could put in the set to
Right.
make that the price won't go down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. I think that is gonna be to your point, I think there's probably 40 to 50 strong characters that's really gonna garner a lot of the original attention, right? And it's I mean, if it's 40 and 50, it's gonna take a long time for those top tier cards to pop up. And we don't know how it's gonna be broken down, but it's gonna be interesting to see how the whole psychology of how we look at the Panini era is gonna change with one-on-ones and things like that if that does happen. And it'll be interesting to see because I think that people's moves will be exposed a lot faster, right? You kind of could be a little bit secretive. Especially like let's be real, like them first couple weeks, everybody is kind of like in go mode, they're focused on what they're doing. This is going to kind of peak a lot differently because those one-on-ones is going to tell a lot of stories very quick where people are going to shift gears immediately. Like it's going to be interesting because it's going to be new collectors, like will be a percentage of what will happen if this does release. Like, is
Yeah.
the hobby will be a percentage and then it's just going to go from there. So
Now
it's
I envision Friday rips. I'm gonna try to get some
yeah,
stuff, and every Friday
yeah.
conversation will be ripping. I hope if we can get our
Listen.
hands on product.
And I mean if
Now,
you might have to bring somebody on if the product is too expensive because some
yeah,
big
yeah,
dogs in here.
yeah,
So
facts.
yeah, just come on here and just rip, bro, because it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah, because it's gonna be kind of hard. Now,
Hmm.
JT said that he doesn't think this is gonna happen in Fortnite. He doesn't think it's gonna be like the Genesis. I agree,
Yep.
and I don't know if this is wishful thinking, but I've really, really come to like the Topps Chrome Star Wars Galaxy set. And this is the direction I don't know if I'm hopeful they take or that I think they're gonna take.
I pray they take.
So if you look at these cards, minus the autos, maybe they do autos, I doubt it. But like the
Yeah.
just the artwork, they put a lot more time and effort into these. They take like the movie and they do actual artwork.
Hmm.
This is what I want to see for Fortnite. Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
characters and stuff like sports, but they do actual inserts and you can let's see it. View odds. Yeah, look at that. So this sold out here too, and I don't think if someone knows this, these weren't sold in stores. I don't believe. I think it's online and like hobby stores only.
Hmm.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but this is a great set, and if you look through it, they break it up in a way that they could do it for Fortnite. So there's 100 card based set
Yep.
that could be 100 skins,
And
right?
they got the mojo in here. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's
so
crazy.
for all 100, you could get any of these numbered or like the regular base. Even the
Hmm.
base cards look nice, all right?
Yep.
So you could any card, let's say from for me, or it could be a 1 of 1, a 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 25, and so on, right? So that's a lot of cards if you add this up. I did the math. I can't remember off the top of my head, but basically I added all these up and then I multiplied it by 100.
Hmm.
Okay. But it comes out to that's right. It came out to 1,000 variants.
Yeah.
And I want to compare this to Series One, Series Two, and Series Three. So if they take this approach, which I'm kind of hoping they do,
Yep.
basically there's gonna be 1,000 pretty interesting variants of your favorite skin.
Yep.
For Series One USA, there's less than 100 of the Crystal Shard variant, and you have a hollow or base.
Yep.
So let that sink in. This would be 1,000 variants of a cool version versus Panini Series One. We'll only have 100 or less.
Yeah.
So keep that into account when you. I keep seeing all these people selling stuff cheap. I'm loving it, but like this may look a little different in a year, right? When people
Mhm.
are chasing these ones and they go back, because the way that Panini did it makes it super rare. Some of these like 1 of 1 sounds super rare. So if you have the
Yeah.
same card and a 1 to 25, you might be happy versus you won't be able to get the Crystal Shard version.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, in my personal like even like okay, when it comes to football, right? Because I like cracked ice when it comes to Fortnite, cracked ice is mid to low tier at best in sports. You know,
Yep.
depending on like, you know, obviously you have the rookie tickets and stuff like that. But to Dylan's point, like it's some people may it's gonna be very different because you get the super fractor, but if y'all don't know what the Mojo refractor looks like, the Mojo refractor is beautiful, and that's out of 50. Like that
So
is a beautiful card, bro. Like
in
it's
this set, there's a card that's just a sunset, and I'm obsessed with it.
yeah,
Like, I don't know why I'm not a Star Wars fan, all right? But the sunset, oh my gosh, I
mhm,
want that card for some reason.
yeah,
So like even here, you can see the details of this one, like this circular.
yeah. That's the
Um,
gold vinyl super
yeah, the gold
fractor look.
vinyls. And so in here they have the mini diamond refractor.
Hmm.
And this is one per six, like one per six packs.
Yep.
And that looks pretty close to a cracked dice. Not exact, they're much
Yeah.
smaller, but a similar effect.
More. Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun, I think, to chase this. Now, this is the 100 card base set. They also have inserts, which could be really cool with Fortnite. Okay,
Yeah.
so this one has one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Is it seven? Eight. So it has eight different inserts, with one of them having all the numbered versions.
Hmm.
Unless this happens to all of them, I'm not sure. But so this will be another cool way for them to do it. So, and then they have some autos. I don't know if they're going to do autos with Fortnite, but they definitely could do original art sketches. We
Yep.
know they got Drew Hill. They have all
Hmm.
these people
Uh-huh.
that they could be doing this kind of stuff. So, yeah,
And then
some are remakes. I understand that. I was watching some of the stuff. Um, yeah, they're remakes of the original series. I'm just
that's
talking about
dope.
the artwork style. Um, yeah, I was watching a lot of streams on this on people ripping, and it's just so great. And I'm really hoping they take this direction, which I
Because
think they could.
mm, is bro, it's gonna be so interesting because I'm talking about the collectors that's in THG, the Facebook group, obviously the Discord, which is THG as well. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see how we adapt to this. Because to Dylan's point, okay, his favorite skin character is Aura. So how does Dylan navigate when there's all these auras that's going to be available? The super fractor is in the back of his mind, but then
They're
you
not
got
going to be
skins,
available.
but then not only that, you have skins like Focus, and then you have skins like Rocks, and then you have skins you have the secondaries that's also there, and then it's like, okay, for you, right? Do you stay hyper aggressive and like focus on super fractors? Do you just build the set? What do you do in this instance where it's all of this abundance compared to the
I'll tell
original
you right
set?
now, like I'm getting the mini diamond refractor of all the ones I want. Those are the ones
Mhm,
going to be available. I want at least
mhm.
one of those,
Yep.
right? Those are going to be the available ones. And so, like, I'll show you guys my watch list. So
Hypotheticals, y'all, if you're just coming in.
yeah, there's all hypotheticals.
That's what the H
So
stand for in THG.
we work with what we're given, guys.
Yeah,
All right.
listen. Bear
This
with
is
us.
added. Oh yeah, let me watch. I don't want you guys seeing my watch list too much. All right, so I wanted to go through eBay, and then so this is the sunset card that I really liked, right? And I was trying to see if I could find each numbered. It was very hard, and I could not. So I believe that's just the regular. So this is I zoomed out too much. This is the mini refractor. This
Yeah.
is the sun prism, which is out of 75. So I found the one that's not numbered. I found it out of 75.
Hmm.
I found that one in 99, and this is one out of 175. The smallest I could find was one out of 75.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't find a 150, couldn't find a 125, couldn't find a 1 of 5, definitely couldn't find a 1 of 1. And so I'm just over here shaking in my boots that like I'm gonna want a rainbow of at least one character,
Yeah.
at least to the 5, right? So
That
what do you
yeah.
do? You
Yeah.
just say, all right, go to eBay, find the first 5 of 5 you can find, because the one of
So,
one's not gonna work. It's just not gonna be there.
see, it's funny you said that because King was just saying something similar to this, and this is what you see in sports. So, if you follow any other sports, specifically like football, right, you see a lot of people they're strictly collecting black finites, one on ones, right? Their whole page is black
Mm,
finite one on ones. So it don't matter what player it is. It's like this is the card. So they're collecting. So you're gonna have
So
you're gonna have
they're in love
collectors
with a
like that.
certain they're in love with
Yeah.
a certain parallel type.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
I'm not gonna be on the level of you guys who would just say,
Yeah.
I want to
Right.
collect one of ones. That's my
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna be maybe I'll find the parallel I like the most, I guess, and start there. That's not a bad plan. So
Mm-hmm.
like if you can't complete, of course I'm gonna try to complete a rainbow if I can, right?
Yeah.
If I can't, I'm gonna pick my favorite parallel and get all my favorite skins in those parallels. I think that's a great choice. Whether it's a
Yeah.
one of 150, one of 175. Yeah, I think that's actually a really good approach to it.
Appreciate you, Jo.
Thank you,
Let's
JL,
go.
man. Way to start the year off for us. We
Thank you.
appreciate that. And if you guys
But
also want to support, we said it earlier, but we do have these mats for sale.
yes.
That goes straight to help us as well. Um, that's helping us build. So like PSA's charge me for this pop report stuff, so that goes
Mhm.
towards those payments to them. So it's a really helpful. So we appreciate you, JL.
Yes, sir. And it's funny because like I know that like okay, so you have okay, let's go with Focus, right? Another one of your favorite skins. Focus is navy blue. Let's go with navy blue and
Mhm.
black. One of those parallels may be a perfect color match for her. And that's going to be another thing. So it may be a
Mm.
out of 75, but it might be the perfect
Yeah, because
color
they
match
might do
for
like
the
the borders,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Some cards have the borders. They're not all like that.
So it's gonna be nuanced. It's gonna be nuanced. It's gonna be a very different dynamic. Like it's depending on what sports team you like. There's the color match to that sports team. The teams that have yellow or gold in their jerseys, they always win because the out of tens, the gold prism, you win right there. And it's those interesting dynamics like that that just really adds to the lore of how you're gonna collect the set.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's exciting. So we have no news yet, but with them releasing Disney, someone also posted a interview.
Yep.
You want to talk about this even more
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, so Card Collector 2, aka Ryan, he did an interview with the CEO of that's over the licensings of the the trading cards for Fanatics. And pretty much what he was getting at, he's very monotone, but to be honest, he did the way he worded it is that any licensing that they have will have a product this year. It was if you ask Dylan, we kind of agreed that it was very
Uh,
what would be the word you would use for
all
it?
right, so when I listened to the whole thing and I was like, or at least the clip,
The
right?
clip, yeah.
And basically it says we believe in non-sports is kind of what
Yep.
he was saying. We have a lot of exciting projects and we're going to be releasing them in 2025. So you can expect everything from Disney to all of our properties. So
Yep.
he did not mention Fortnite specifically, but
Yep.
he focused the words on non-sports and talked about exciting projects with like fan bases that expand
Yeah.
in all directions. So to me, that seems like okay, Fortnite has to be on that tier
And
list.
if what we're getting at is if it happens to not come out this year with them saying
It's
all properties, which I don't see happening, that would tell us a lot.
if it goes another year, there's
It's
an
a
issue,
yeah,
guys,
yeah,
and
it's a
then
wrap.
it's like, all right, you guys can sell all your cards to me for
Yeah.
$10. That's fine. I'll just keep them.
Yeah, it'll be a
But
wrap.
I think it's a good sign that we weren't
Mhm.
the first release of the year.
Yeah.
They didn't just toss us out like they did Genesis.
Mhm.
I think this is a good sign for our product. I think if it takes this Galaxy approach, if it's a bigger set, if it's more detailed,
Mhm.
not just 5 cards, right? Like I think the Galaxy one, I'm not mistaken. I want to say like right now you can get the whole box for like 200. I
And
want to
that's
say,
solid. Yeah,
and
that's
that's
solid.
like 20. That's like a lot of packs, right? And you can get
Yeah.
a like complete like a whole binder, So that would be super excited to see, especially at release. Um, Whether or not we can get it though is still because they sold five. I want to say they sold 5,000 boxes within
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
And so if you guys were hoping to get Fortnite as soon as like if we get information about it and we tell you guys when the drop, they said when this was dropping.
Yeah.
They said it's dropping at noon, January 1st. So I waited and it sold out. So if this happens to Fortnite and you're hoping to get one online, either have super fast computers or figure out how to do it. I don't know what I want to say there, but
I'm like, cause like for me, it's gonna be very interesting, like because like okay, if this comes out and there's one of ones and things like that, right? I'm not falling for the bait. But what I will say is I will wait, and if somebody pulls a card that I really want, I know the card that I really want. And if that happens to be a 101, yeah, that's
You're
gonna
done.
be it.
What you just
I'm no, I'm going
you're just gonna try to
everything.
go hard for that 1-on-1?
Yeah, that 101, and then everything starts from there. Like I said with Panini, once I get Lux, then the collecting starts. Like it's like until I get that main card, that's when. But yeah, that's gonna be scary for me. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be nerve wracking. It's gonna be nerve wracking
Yeah,
because I
I
won't be the
don't.
one to rip her. I know that for sure.
What's your price? So, like, let's say it is 100 a box, right?
Yeah.
Retail.
Hmm.
What's your pre-order price that you're willing to spend once it hits eBay? Because you know the flippers are gonna get it.
Yeah.
They're gonna put up
Uh.
pre-orders. Is there a price that you're willing to spend
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that you probably get me for three. You'll probably get me for three.
for 3x?
Yeah, yeah, you'll get me for 300 to 350. That's where you'll get me.
Okay, so if there's so you'll go like 3x. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
300, 350. That like when you get to that four, and I mean we
Yeah,
create content, so I would probably push it a little bit more because of the
just for
content.
at least for one
Yeah,
box,
yeah.
right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
like because of THG, I might push that to five, but am I going to do that consistently? Not a chance.
No, no,
Not
no,
a not a
no.
chance.
Um, so that's one thing that I haven't really researched.
First of all, shout out to
So
your profile picture. That's dope.
so the thing about Fortnite, which all right, so this is good for our hobby and what's gonna be harder. So yes, Disney is international, so is Marvel and stuff like that. But like I'm surprised time and time again how big the Fortnite gaming
Hmm.
community is worldwide,
Yeah.
right? Like I played with people in all sorts of countries, playing randoms and stuff. And so I'm surprised how big it is in those other
Yeah.
countries that if they only do US, I mean, that might be even crazier. I don't even know what that would mean.
I don't know what that would mean. Like be especially because it's already an international base. Like
'Cause
you said,
I know a
like
lot of big we know a lot of big collectors who
yeah,
have
huge
amazing
collectors.
collections,
Yeah,
huge, something I could never like even
yeah.
fathom to do. And some of them only collect Italy,
Hmm.
right? Because it's in their side of the world. Now, if they didn't have those, they might have been forced to go US.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like they'd still do amazing in their own right. It just would have been harder for them.
I would like for my international friends that's collectors, that would be a disaster because I can't imagine how frustrating that would be if it does happen to only be USA based. Hopefully that's not the case though. That would be a headache, bro. That would be a headache. That
Yeah.
would be unfortunate. That would be I mean, and on top of that, if you think about it auction wise, with international collectors not being able to get it home base for them,
Mhm.
auctions will go crazy because it's like I have to pay this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I have to consistently go because I won't get
Well,
a chance again
auctions
or
for
A, B, and
one of
C.
ones, 1 of 5s are gonna go crazy.
Either way, like it's going, man. I don't know.
Jail said that trades for
Yeah,
series 1, series 3 for tops series 4. Now, I guarantee you they're not going to call it series 4.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That name is not going to stick. They're not going to continuation off of Panini. Um, I don't know what they're going to call it.
yeah.
I don't know, Fortnite Storm Chasers. I don't know. They're going to call it something. Um, as far as trades, I'm not trading. I gotta choose my words carefully here. My shards for anything.
Cat, cat. You capping, bro.
I'm
You
capping.
already
Sorry.
said you would.
All right.
Yo,
Not for anything, but the hollows might be the first trade baits. The
yeah,
Optichromes.
you saying you'll work up you're not gonna get
y-
aggressive as going Crystal
y-
Shard
all
cracked
right,
ice
I'll tell you
first.
this: like, if the print runs went out of a 50, am I trading it? What?
Yeah. If y'all know Dylan, this is all bull crap. Just so y'all know. Whatever he's saying, don't listen to nothing he's saying because with
It's
that
kind of hard. We haven't seen the cards yet. We haven't seen the cards yet. But 1 of 1 might change my mind. I don't know.
it would no. But to your point, it's easy to say what you'll do until you see the product, right?
Yeah, yeah. You got
Because
to see the
is
product.
because what scares me and it should scare you as well is that the color. the color scheme of our favorite skins fall in line with the rare parallels usually.
Mhm.
And that worries me because that means that it's gonna be a color match, it's gonna be scarce, it's gonna be rare, it's gonna be all those things, and I don't know how I'm gonna respond to that.
I know.
Any other
I already
card, I'm
know.
good,
It's
but
like
it's
it won't have been hit yet. As soon as I see your card hit, and when I'm messaging you like, bro, they hit it. I'm sorry, man. They hit. You better get in the DMs. You better get in those
so
DMs.
so the only way I'll be able to stay calm in that, right, is so we know like okay, so like when it comes to stocks, you have your buy-in price, right?
Hmm.
I would have to be very firm on my time frame. So I'm like, okay, I'll get this card in let's say 1 to 2 years, 3 years, the next time, because it's just nothing you can do, bro. Like it's gonna be so aggressive to start that you will end up burnt if you go too aggressive. If you go too aggressive, it's not gonna end pretty, So you do kind of have to have. It's gonna be wild out there, bro. It's gonna be wild.
One thing that I hadn't thought about is all right. So right now, y'all know I keep going to trade shows looking for Fortnite cards. Always, fall out short because first of all, if they do get a Fortnite card, they don't know what to display it as.
Yeah,
But when this set comes out and they're
yeah,
numbered cards, the dealers will know, okay, this is a 1 of 50, I'm putting it out. This is a 1 of
yeah,
25,
yeah,
I'm putting
yeah,
this is a 1 of 1, I'm putting it
yeah.
out. So it might even be worth actually going to shows just in case someone got product, ripped it, and put out a card that they know nothing about and there is no price for. Oh yeah, I'm hitting card shows. I am for sure.
So okay, so here's the thing. What happens here, right? And this is not like or best offer. This is not ridiculous price. Let's say the first one that's pulled is a mid tier. I don't know. Give what's a card?
Ripley.
Just Ripley, right? Ripley's put. What does somebody do with that? What is that? Do you go straight to auction? Do you like as because we know? Let's be real. More than likely, a collector's not going to pull it first. That's just usually how it goes. It's just I don't.
Hmm.
It's just how it is. But how do you like? It is so risky to start that off with OBO or like a final price, anything like that. Fixed price. You have to go auction. You
It
have to.
really so are you talking about like a 1 of 1?
Yeah, the one of one. You right? Do you have to like? What would you like if you're a
It
flipper? Like
If
if
you're
you're
a
a
flipper and
speculator?
a brand new product, I'm not risking that people don't know about it. I don't think. I'll probably take like how the box prices go, right?
Yep.
I'll probably take that and I probably multiply it times 5 or something like that or
And you go
10.
put it up for a fixed price.
So if the retail was 100 and it's selling for 400, right? I'm
Yeah.
probably putting it up for like 5K.
Yeah. And just
If
see if
I'm
you get
if
a
I'm a
bite.
flipper, if I'm a flipper,
Now, are
right?
you
If you get
doing
one
are
of
you
one,
doing fixed or are you doing OBO?
probably OBO. If
OBO.
I'm a flipper, yeah.
What's your floor?
Ooh, I probably wouldn't have a floor. I would just
You
want
would
to
just
see
keep
what
it.
people
See
do
what
because I don't
people
have to
offer.
accept it. Yeah, I just want to see what
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
offer. That puts you in the mindset to start looking and see what you have,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Mm,
yeah, because that way so if it sells for 5K, at least you made a huge profit,
yeah.
right? So that's probably what I would do as a flipper. But lucky for us, we know everyone
Yeah.
here knows what's a good skin these days.
Yeah, and this is very true with JT because I know this is true because this happened with Series 1 anyway. This
Mhm.
happened with
It's already
it's
happened
already
with Series
happened.
One.
Yeah, because when Series 1 Crystal Shards, me and Dylan talk about it and reference it all the time. Let's call it summer 2021, right? During that time, it was literally any crystal shard you could get your hand on for a lot of collectors coming in. And you felt like this anxiousness because
It's like
it's
the
just
you
different.
remember you said there was like the collectors who only collect, which would you
The
say,
Black
vinyl?
Finite, the
The
Black
Black
Finite.
Finance,
Yeah,
right? Is just like that for S1
yeah,
shards. Okay,
yep,
like I only collect S1 shards. We have
yep.
people like that. We have people who made their name
Off of the
stuff like that.
yep,
So that's already a thing, and that's going to continue to be a thing, right?
yeah,
And it's like, oh yeah, so he's a Series One shard collector, and they're
yep,
going to be cream of the crop, right? Probably. Those gonna be pretty rare, especially if they have like all of one skin.
yeah,
Like someone who's like selling them for $1 million.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like I genuinely, into like JT's point, I genuinely feel like the it's gonna be so crazy to see people are gonna like, why is this skin selling for this much? Talking about people in the hobby right now, and it's just gonna be the way it is. Like it's gonna be of that people are preparing for. It's a lot of people in the hobby right now preparing for that moment. for that moment that those low tiers go for X amount of price. And it's gonna be interesting because there's if I always say this, it feels to me like the Crystal Shard, and I'll say Series 1 and Series 2 specifically, it feels like the PMGs of the 90s. Because the PMGs of the 90s, the bad condition, the scarcity, and who was holding them. It was the original 90s collectors that was originally holding them because it didn't have any value at that time. It just wasn't that set that was sought after compared to all the other ones. So it's gonna be interesting, bro.
Now, one of the things I do want to talk about, and this is super interesting, is that the where are they at? Let me find the parallels again. The mini diamond refractors, they look really cool. All right, I like them. They kind of like crystal shards, just very
Yeah.
tiny, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's one every 6 packs,
Yeah.
about as rare as a Optichrome,
Yeah. 'Cause
right? So that's interesting to me. And so thinking about the Series 1 Hollow, Series 2 Optichromes, and those trade baits, because if you look at like the pop reports for those,
yeah.
we've all focused on the shards, right?
Yep.
Some people have looked at the Optichromes. I feel like those ones are going to be very interesting trade baits for whatever you might want for this set. Maybe even to a numbered card, especially if you have a PSA 10.
Yep.
So those are the ones I'm kind of thinking about. I want to try to keep, like you said, my shards to me, right? Because
Mhm.
those are going to be to a 50 pretty much. If you
Yeah.
look at across even all sets, even Series 3, which is probably more like 150,
Mm-hmm.
on average, they're like around 50 that you can find.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I told you I was looking at the sunset, I couldn't find half. Couldn't find half of them. And that was scary. That was just a sunset. I don't know if that's a big card. I don't think it is. I just liked it, and
Yeah.
I couldn't find. I didn't expect to find the one of one or the five, but I didn't even find a 25 or a 50. So it was, oof, I don't know.
It man, I don't even know how it's gonna be, you know. Appreciate you, King.
Yeah, thanks for all the shout outs. Are we doing a recent pickups?
We can.
Yeah, we can
Is
go through our recent pickups. It's been a little while, so yeah,
yeah,
we'll go through them before we hop off.
yeah, for sure.
I want to say thank you to everyone who said that they received the mats. Thank you. I'm glad you got them and that they are in good condition. Um, when I was shipping them out, I was trying to think of the best way to ship these things,
Hmm.
and I'm glad that it seems like they're getting to everybody without any wrinkles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was rolling them up, and I was just trying to make sure that these things get there. So if you guys have any issues, please let me know. I take feedback pretty easily.
Red Knight
So
all
one of
day.
one's Fire Knight or PSA 10 Red Knight. Yeah,
Red
Red
Knight
Knight.
all day.
Because it's like the one of one Spider Knight does nothing for me
Yeah, yeah,
personally.
yeah.
Now switch that up. One of
Switch
one,
it.
yeah, to anything for me. One of one. All right, one of one Royal Knight or a PSA 10 Red Knight.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, I thought you was actually. I thought you were gonna do.
You thought I was gonna do something easier.
Yeah, yeah. That's hard. I mean, it's. I would probably still stick with the Red Knight on that one.
I don't know. I might go for the one of one.
Yeah,
Um,
I would probably only see it would be hard for it depends how it looks. It depends how it looks. Like if the parallel is right, you might get me on that.
yes, the Mac can also be used. I use it as a mouse pad
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I use
So
mines.
I'm using
Yeah.
it right now for my mouse. My keyboard fits on it with my mouse.
Yeah.
So it's good for gaming. So now you don't need a mouse pad at all, and you can just move your mouse pad and then use it for your card breaks and stuff like that. It's multi-use.
Yeah.
I did get some feedback, Rob, about it,
Mhm.
and that some I think it's Daniel said like he wants one that fits his entire long desk.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Yeah.
if they make those, but maybe we have
That's
to look into like a super
yeah.
extra large one at some
See
point.
if it can fill the whole especially the way Daniel goes through
It's
his
gonna be
breaks and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be
That would
like
be
I'm
the
thinking
legit breakers, man.
yeah, it'd be like huge. We
Yeah.
wouldn't make a lot of them because I don't know if many people want it
Yeah.
filling like 3 by 4 feet. Um, yeah.
Daniel, honestly, I don't see the thing is only way I think to Daniel's point, I think my switch up will probably only go like 5 to 7 cards deep. I think it's only 5 to 7 cards that right now I'm saying I don't know what's gonna be on the checklist, but 5 to 7 cards that could get me to be like, oh shoot, I got it. And y'all know the ones that those probably are. But when it comes to like a red knight, and then it comes to Royal Knight, like I love Royal Knight, don't get me wrong. But the parallel would have to literally compete with the Crystal Shard of Series 1 for me
Yeah,
to do
like
that.
so the I think the card artwork and
It's
what the card looks like is going to play a
just
major
as
role.
important. Yeah.
If the card is extremely amazing looking and is one of
You
one,
won't hear nothing
like
from me.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it doesn't really matter, right? But we have to take it into account, and we haven't seen it yet. If it looks like the Disney, where the heck did that crap go? If it looks like this, and they just put Aura here instead of Mickey Mouse, yeah, I'm not trading my Optichrome for it. You can have the one of one.
No, you would.
No, I wouldn't. If it
Yes, you
looks like
would.
this and
Yeah,
it
you
looks
would.
bad, I'm be like, I don't want it. I'm telling you.
Bro,
Now,
but you gotta
if it
know,
was
but look, is the one-on-one
it's one
aura
of
would be
one.
the Spider-Man one. That you would do it for that.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
It
you
would be
would
the
do it for
Spider-Man
that.
one. Maybe. I mean, if she was standing like that and it
That's
looked
nasty
like
if she's standing like
yeah,
that.
if
It's
she's just
just
standing like that, I might just
you know,
decline.
is I and I'm with Dylan on this one.
It
It's
looks like they took a picture of an action figure at Target on the wall and then cropped out the background and just put it there. It looks like
but
an actual toy.
I'll be honest. I'm going after looks no matter what the pose is. To Dylan's point, I mean to Daniel's point though, I don't know how far that goes for me. Like if the parallel doesn't work with the card grade, you're not gonna get me to budge too often. But if it works well, it's probably about 5 to 7 cards deep that I might go extremely heavy on.
I ain't spending $1,000 on it if it looks.
No, no, no. It's gonna have to suit the right way.
Do we think one of one aura is doing better than a Black Knight one of one long term based on the popularity of aura? Saying a flood of players come into the hobby. Um,
In a new set, yes.
I
In it,
I think we have to wait and see what the market does. I think
yeah.
I bet heavily on Aura because of how popular she is in game, and I think that'll translate well.
Mhm.
Um,
See,
it's like we don't have a crystal ball, so you kind of just have to like take your opinion and then pick your side, whether it's Peely, Black Knight, or
yeah,
someone like heavily played like Aura. Um, I think Aura will be a great card. Who's gonna do better, Black Knight or Aura? I don't know. I will
yeah.
say that I think that Black Knight stock went up for me
With
when they
Renegade Raider.
re-released
Uh-huh.
Renegade Raider.
Yep.
Now, I still love Renegade Raider. She's still gonna be like the most talked about from new kids who are coming in. She's still famous, all that kind of stuff. But let's see what happens when OG
Yep.
season comes out for season 2 and what they decide to do with Black Knight. If they
Mhm.
don't touch the battle pass and they do a variant instead of re-release him, that might put him in an interesting category in 3, 4, 5 years. That
Mhm.
Renegade Raider might come a little bit down to like his legendary status, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's like it's too hard to say.
And
Um,
and to David's question, I say yes when it comes to like the one-on-one aspect, like versus. But one thing we have to always keep in account is what I usually always say is Black Knight's number one when it comes to the Panini era, right? That more than likely would translate based on for how people collect. Like if you got that PSA 10 Black Knight or that BGS 9.5, that SGC 10, I don't know if it's an SGC 10, I think it is. I don't know, 9.5, whatever the case is. You're probably going to continue that tradition when it comes to the one-on-ones. Now, there's also aura collectors that will really be aggressive. So that's why I said it's a possibility and I do see it happening, but I think that Panini era is so separate that things are going to happen in the Topps era that doesn't affect the Panini era. But
yeah.
I could see a world where it can
I
happen
think
for
I
sure.
always look at one of ones as separate.
Yeah,
So
100%.
like they're not part of the actual market, right?
Right.
So or is one of one should not it's like apples and oranges should not be compared to the Black Knight of Series 1 that has multiple copies.
Agreed.
It can't. And that's why you'll see modern one of ones go for crazy amounts of money, even
Hmm.
more than LeBron's rookie,
Yeah.
right? And
Wimby.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of ones are in a different league and it's outside the set.
Yeah.
Um
Cause like it's like so there's gonna be this rival that happens that I think is gonna be great for the hobby. There's gonna be about 10 cards that could all debatably be number one, number two, number three, or number five. Like I mean, you even add, you got the Renegade Raider, you got Midas, you got Aura, you got Black Knight. I mean, you have Skull Trooper, you have Pili, you have all of these characters that's had their moments that have been consistent, and then a product comes that has one-on-ones. I think this is where you can literally say, let the money do the talking and we'll have a conversation after. Like the after 1 year mark of that product is going to be so interesting because I mean, one-on-ones, we just haven't experienced it in that way where we'll see the responses. Like what response is going to get a higher response? Is it going to be the Black Knight one-on-one? Is it going to be Pilly? Is it going to be Renegade Raider? Those are the things that we're going to get conversations on, and it's going to be crazy, bro, because there's no right answer. It's just not until you experience it. There's no right answer of what's going to be what. It's going to be crazy. I mean,
Oh man, it's
Renegade Raiders hands down the most popular skin. That's just
yeah, hands down.
undebatable. I mean, even with her coming back out, like I said, y'all know how I feel about Renegade Raider with just the hype aspect, but it's undeniable of her correction is gonna be the top. That's how high she is compared to everybody else. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I think it's gonna be fun to see.
Rob and I all we already knew this like just from playing all the time. Like there's some
Yeah.
skins, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. There's some skins that you can't ignore because people know the name of the skin. So
Yep.
like then there's skins that only the people that main it know that name.
Right. Right.
And
Yep.
so the problem that when we first started TSG is everybody was treating every skin that looked cool like a
Yeah.
good card, but we knew that nobody knows who that is, and
Hmm.
then nobody is searching for that, right?
Yep.
And that's why we created the checklist with the photos, and that's why sometimes it's hard. Like if you think about like Vega, like
Yeah.
if someone said Vega if you said that to a Fortnite player, they wouldn't know who the heck you're talking about.
Impossible
You
to know.
said if they said Hotwire, you would have no idea.
Hmm.
Now, if they say Jonesy, you know. If they said Aura, Focus, they would know, right?
Hmm.
So those are the things that people need to just keep in mind. And I think that's just how Fortnite is, man. It's just
Yeah, and to your point, it's like it's so interesting because when we first started this conversation, Fortnite is top heavy. Like it's not just five skins that's popular, five characters that's popular. It's not just 10, it's not just 30. It is about a strong 50 that people could debate about being in any X spot, right? And with that happening, this product, I can't even comprehend
well.
all of those characters having one-on-ones.
So you say it's top heavy, right?
Yeah.
What I think is I think Fortnite's really well balanced. Where yeah, it has like 20 to 50 top ones, right?
Hmm.
And then it's got like let's say 50 to 100 well known ones,
Yeah.
and then it's got some people that only some people care about, right? And I think this is so good for cards. I think them making cards for Dune is stupid
Yeah.
because there's the main character and then the second main character and the
Yep.
villain. You have to make an entire set out of a couple. Same thing with Batman cards, right? You've got some of the major villains. You got Joker. You got Batman. You have to make a
Mhm.
whole set. That's difficult in my eyes. It works for Marvel because they have 71,000 characters,
Mhm.
right? And but then if you get into stuff like they made a Mario set, how many sets of Mario can you make when everybody wants Mario, Luigi, or Princess Peach,
Yeah.
Yoshi? Like four.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely interesting. And I mean, don't sleep on that, DC. I think it's like 50 Batmans, bro. But I get your
Yeah.
point. I get the point you're
You get what
making
I'm
though. Yeah,
saying
yeah,
though.
yeah.
It's
I
like
get that.
if you had to
Yeah,
design if I had to design a set for Batman, it'd be so much more difficult. I feel
yeah.
like that's why like I don't know, there's like only a couple like Batman's the chase. He's the chase.
But
And then
yeah, yeah. What Dylan is getting at is
I'm
that
sure I'm
there's
getting on
like
somebody. I'm stepping on somebody's toes.
no,
I'm not
but
trying to, but you get what I'm
here
saying.
what he's saying is that there is a different way that favorite character happens in Fortnite, right? You
Mhm.
fall in love with Batman, you fall in love with Joker, you fall in love with Harley Quinn, but this extends across thousands of skins. And any given person can like the 1500th most popular skin. Like it's
Or
at
they
the
can
bottom, like
another thing is they can like multiple characters on a high level. Like
on a high level.
there's a 10
Yeah,
characters. I like on a high
All the way up
level.
here. Yeah.
And then if you let's look at Batman, I like Harley Quinn and Batman.
Yep.
Cool. That's
Yep.
like two versus like, you can have your favorite character, but in Fortnite, most people have at least five,
At
right?
least.
At
At
least.
least.
Some
At
people have
least.
many, many more.
Yeah.
Bowser over Yoshi. I
Yeah.
love Yoshi though. Don't
I,
Bowser's pretty cool too
Bowser, yeah, I was
though.
about to say, yeah, I think
Bowser's
I'm on the
pretty cool.
Bowser side. Yeah.
Yeah, Bowser's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
like Yoshi.
Yeah. No, it's because I think that I want to say that this will be I want to see the marketing, bro. I want to see the marketing. That's what I want to see. And I'm not talking about like
I
overly
want to see the
marketed.
card art.
I
I
want
just
to
want to
I
see the
want to
art
see the
style.
marketing. Like I want to see how that rolls out. I do. Like, is this gonna be where the Fortnite content creators actually announce it with the next Fortnite update? You know what I mean? Like, that's when you know the product is in
Mm,
rotation. Like, is the Fire Monkeys, the Happy Powers, the Camping Rushers, are they gonna say it on their next video? If they do that, that means that it's in the proper stream of things. If that's not mentioned again, it doesn't mean it's a fail because Tops is still gonna, they're gonna market it their way. But that means that they really did their due diligence if that happens.
so for so I think that some of those people did get hold of Fortnite cards. I've seen some.
Yeah.
The problem with them, they weren't like collectors, and
Hmm.
they weren't used to like sports. Like we were used to sports collectors, right? So you have the player, you go to the next player, you go to the next player. But so they did that, and they went through skin,
Hmm.
and then a whole bunch of screenshots for series one.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Now for this product, if they do it this way, where like they're more interesting in so like what's cool about Topps Chrome for the collector who's opening it, the experience is that every card looks like a hit.
It does.
If you open up series one, you know this card's not blah blah blah. You hit even a Black Knight base card doesn't look crazy good. It's just a base card. Even the base cards on these look like, hey, I shouldn't like smudge this. Be careful with this, right?
Yeah,
So I think that if this product gets its hand, especially if they do it this way, right, and they take Fortnite scenes, they do anything creative that captures the attention of the people opening the packs, I think it'll do much better for streamers
yeah,
than just the skins. I'll think that'll blow up. If they do just the skins, it might be a little bit harder.
yeah. No, I agree.
You said you want me to jump in your pull box tomorrow? Man, I've been thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about it. We'll see. What are our thoughts? If the new cards have OG variants of the skins, such as the purple Skull Trooper or the new purple
Mm,
Renegade Raider, would this affect things much?
that's
Oh my
interesting.
god!
That's actually interesting. So what he's getting at, or what I'm getting from this, is if you have, I guess if you go, okay, let's go with Goo Trooper, Dylan's favorite. If you have Goo Trooper and then you have Pink Goo Trooper, how does that play out?
So if I have Gold Trooper and there's a pink Gold Trooper available,
Yeah, like there's also a Pink Goo Trooper. Yeah.
like which variant? Like, ooh, it depends. I'm going. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going for pink Gold Trooper. I'm gonna try to go hard for that one. That's like, would I
Yeah.
trade my Tag 6 Shard Gold Trooper for the one of? I think I would.
See, here's the
Depending on how it looked, because I love Gold Trooper,
uh
but damn, I've always to my core wanted a pink Gold Trooper.
so because what Dylan is getting at, so let's wrap this around because what he's
I
getting
have
at
to
is
come because
that
I feel like I can come back and get.
because do you though? That's what I was about to say.
I don't
So,
know. I don't
because
know.
that's the
It
tough
took me
part.
so long.
Because if
Okay.
somebody's willing to give up the pink Goo Trooper for, let's say, the Goo Trooper,
Oh, it makes you rethink it.
yeah,
If they're willing to give it up,
that means it ain't easy to get at that time either. That means that it is, there may, I don't know, man. It's gonna be like if I mean, you would have to. I would say this: you could get it back, but you would have to give up a lot to get it back. That's that time around, or
no one
not give up a
trade.
lot,
That's
trade
true.
up.
That's true. JT's like cap. If they're gonna be going for that PSA 10. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. But this is hypothetical, JT. He's like, all right, what if it was raw? Like if the one that was raw, I could crack
Yeah.
it out of this and then just send it to him raw. How's that?
What was that? What was the slab back during the peak Fortnite era? What was that GM? What was it? What was that slab? It was You know the
Which
slab
one?
that it had like a lot of it had some crystal shards in it. It was the not GM. It was what was that slab? I can't remember the name of it. It
Did,
was like
what did it look like?
it was just it was like a white it was a clear slab and then it had like the white label. Dang, I can't remember what it was. All I remember is that it was a triple thread in that one. It was a gold trooper in it. It was a couple different crystal shards in there, but either way, you still was grabbing that card and just cracking the slab.
Yeah, and
And
just crack it. So I
yeah.
bought some cards like that. It was in some non-name brand. It was like ones that have like colored labels. And I
H
bought an
HGA.
Italy 10 Dark Bomber, and I was able to get it into a 9.5 SGC.
Oh, there you go. Answer that.
If I had a S1 Ghoul as a PSA, so the only thing the only thing I don't care. I didn't care about the grade for the Ghoul, right? So
Answer the question.
the question is, would I be able to get a Ghoul Trooper from Series 1 again if I gave it up? If I couldn't, oh my god.
But answer black ass
Yeah,
questions though.
I'm giving it up. I'm giving up. I'm going for the 1 of 1 pink Ghoul Trooper because I feel like there's enough gold out there that I can get one eventually. I probably will never get the chance to get that Ghoul again.
Okay, so let's
The
sweeten the
first
pot
pink
up.
Ghoul Trooper, 1 of 1. I think I'm doing it.
Let's sweeten the pot. Let's sweeten the pot. So, would you or would you not say that? Okay, let's say Ghoul Trooper highest sell all time was what? Let's say it was 30. What was it like 3,500, 38, something like that?
Yeah, 35,
Yeah,
36,
yeah.
something like
So
that.
let's go with 35. Let's say she doubles.
Like 7?
She doubles before, like in the midst of this. What are you
Mm.
gonna do?
Because you know I ain't gonna get 7K for a card. That's mean. Hmm. Depends on the card artwork at
Oh,
that
that's
point.
great.
It really
Might need
depends
a
on the
phone.
it really depends on the card artwork. If that joint is a 1 of 1 and it's
I
pink
feel
Trooper
you.
and
I
it's
feel you.
breathtaking, then I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it. Because I didn't pay 7K for it. Now if
Yeah.
I spent 7K on it, that might hurt more, right?
Well,
I'm in
it's
for 600.
no, but this is a PS. This is Black Eye. This is you have a Series One Ghoul Trooper PSA 10
All right, so
USA
let's say
Crystal
I'm in for
Shard.
3,500.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to see the card. I can't give a shit. What about you? What are you doing for your favorite? Are you
I'm not.
trading a Lux for a
No,
1 of 1 Lux,
no.
regardless of how it looks?
Yeah, nah, it's not happening. I'll be good. I'll let the new collectors have fun with that one, but I'm gonna keep because my thing is like to what we're talking about. If this is happening, I know I'm not gonna be able to get a Lux back at this time, unless I unless I do something like where I commit to a PSA 7 Lux or something like that. But since it's my Grail card, I wouldn't want to do that. Uh, but I mean, if the card is hitting like
Yeah,
a
it comes
101,
down. It comes to how the cards look.
yeah.
It's in their hands. It really is. It comes down to how well do they do and what does that dang card look like.
Now I'll
Um,
tell you this. I'll tell you this. Like if they do something like, I, bro, if that joint is just if it is that super fractor and it's a gold Lux, yeah, the conversation definitely changes. Now I'm not giving up Lux for that, but I'll give up whatever else.
well, yeah.
Like,
So that's the other thing.
yeah,
It's like for a pink Ghoul Trooper, will I give up Ghoul Trooper? Probably not. Will I
you
give
get
up Calamity? Yeah, I'm probably giving up Calamity.
all
Dark
right.
Bomber. I'm giving up Dark Bomber. I'll trade my Dark Bomber for Pink Gold Trooper. What else am I giving up?
No, what you
Uh,
mean? What
if
else you giving up? I'm asking you. We trading, so I know you like this card a lot. I'm gonna need.
you trying to
I'm
mess
gonna
me up?
need. I'm gonna need Gold Trooper. I'm gonna need Calamity, and I'm gonna need Aura.
Oh no! See, you're doing too much now. You trying to take 3 of my cards for the one of one?
Look at
That's
Black
how that
Hat
shit
Shake
works
Cap.
too. Oh
Black
man, no,
Black Ash. The thing is, he knows he's capping, bro. Because listen, if you know Dylan, soon as that card pops up, all bets are off, bro. Like you're giving up. He's giving up a lot. He would. He would.
All right, guys. I'm gonna put a poll in
He's putting the
here.
poll up.
All right. All right.
I'll be this honest. If it's a super fractor and it's gold, I'm keeping or and probably a couple more, and I will restart my collection for that Lux 101.
So you try to keep your very favorites and then just try to
Yeah.
get some other high quality ones and trade for it.
Like if I keep my top 5, I won. If I have
Yeah.
to go into my top 5, then that's probably
So
when
like
I
for me, I'm a long term collector on this, like not like long term value. I'm long
yeah,
term. I plan to collect these for forever, regardless of
yeah.
like what set comes out. Um, so what are you guys doing? Are you guys going for the one of one, or are you going for your shard? Like, are you trading your shard, or you keeping your shard, or are you getting keeping the one of one? Y'all let me know. I'm interested to see how this goes. Um,
It's so interesting, bro. It's
it
so
is interesting. This
interesting
can go crazy. And to
because
think that the market's at an all-time low right now, this market hasn't been this low in a long time, and in
be,
like years.
you know why it's interesting? Because people genuinely don't like having a card that somebody else has. So 101 is just going to change the conversation in general. Like it's
Mm.
going to be like, you know, for instance, you could say your favorite card. Like let's say Pilly collectors. Yeah, but there's a 101 out there. And that that is going to be so interesting of how people adapt to that because
So what
it's
JT said here, right? You probably only get one realistic chance to buy the one of one if
yep,
all. And that makes you do crazy things.
it
So like
does.
this Fantastic Four artwork right here, when I found this, I jumped on it and it made me spend more than I ever planned to spend, right?
Mhm.
On artwork. And I was like, I need that. That's cover A for the first comic. I probably will never be able to get something as cool as this. I gotta go for it. The one of ones is gonna be like that, right? It's gonna be like when it pops, like all right, this honey rifle I got for a steal recently, PSA 10 Crystal Shard. It popped up at midnight after our show. Like it literally
Mhm.
popped up. I insta bought it, right? Like the price was there, I insta bought it. If the one of one pops up at midnight and I have the means to get it, I I don't
Listen,
know.
here's the thing because the my fear is, and I'm not talking about speculators here. I'm talking about genuine Fortnite collectors, like people that's in this chat, people that's in the Facebook group. If 101 collectors come out of this, that's the scary ones. It's not all of this extra stuff we're talking about. We're talking about the ones that's gonna be like, listen, this doggo 101 is staying in my collection because it's a doggo 101. That's when we're in
Facts.
trouble. that's
Yeah,
that's
and that's like how
like
I'm gonna be too. It's like
like
I ain't coming off of this joint. If I
like,
get an horror one of one, you guys know if I get a 5/5, it's not coming out. Cause like
like
at that level, it's not like I have my PSA 10 order, right?
yep.
It's not like, all right, I'm never selling this just because I'm afraid I won't get it back. But it's not like I couldn't. Like there's
Yes,
some
there
out
you
there,
go.
like eventually it could come out, right? The one of one that joint's
It's
not popping
done.
up again. And I know this from sports. I know
Yep.
Try and Chase John Wall
Listen,
one of ones. And I
listen.
had a couple, but like the ones that I went out to chase, like I bought some one of ones for John Wall that I stumbled upon, right?
Listen,
The one
bro.
of ones I set out to chase, I never found.
Yeah,
Just never found them.
he was okay. So, like, I'll go into football. It was a wide receiver from the early 2010s, right? Stevie Johnson. He played for the Bills. Dylan, he's nowhere near a Hall of Famer, but he was in the 2012 and 2013 Prism sets, which is the start of it,
Mhm.
bro. Impossible, impossible. The 101, you could forget about it. I know who has it. They're not letting it up, right?
It's either
It's
you
it's
know who
like
has it,
it's
or somebody has it and he's never said anything,
never
or
said
it hasn't
nothing.
been ripped. And those are the three options.
Like, bro, like, okay, so the Steph Curry super fractor from his rookie year, right? What was that,
Mhm.
2009? If I'm not mistaken, it still
I believe
hasn't
so, yeah.
popped up. It still
Yeah.
hasn't popped up. So people don't know if it got damaged. They don't know if it's in the box. They don't know. They don't know what the case was. And this is a thing for so many cards, but to Dylan's point, it may be somebody that we don't know right now that's not interested in sharing exactly what they have, and we just won't know if that card exists. Like it just won't be a thing. Like time will go by, you see the Renegade pop up, you see Black Knight pop up, you're like, oh, Pink Gold Trooper. wait, where's the aura, bro? It's been a year and a half. Like,
So,
like
so the other crazy thing is we won't even know exactly what these cards look like.
before that, when that happens, yeah.
So what I'm gonna do with the website is I'm gonna complete the checklist. I'm gonna do the
Yep.
checklist for all the cards, and then at the top I'm gonna show at least one parallel type.
Yep.
And then, of course, you'll have the PSA pop report pop out on the right side. That'll have all those variants or
Uh,
whatever. But I won't be able to do a picture for everyone because some of these aren't ever going to show up.
bro,
Like, we
is
probably won't even see every 5 of 5.
listen, is but you know this, like you just bringing up, knowing how sports collectors treat these one of ones, you literally will not see your favorite card if it gets in the right person hands. Quote right person. You won't see the card. Like it 101 wise, like what you would have to do to get that off that collector's hands. One, they have to decommit from having all the one-on-ones that they're trying to get. So they have to be like, if I'm selling this, then I'm not really doing what I'm saying I'm setting out to do. So that just negates everything that they're trying to accomplish.
People
So
just aren't going to be
it's
selling the one of ones, man. It's not going to happen. Like, we're doing this hypothetical. All right, we've got 12 votes. We got 20 some people in here. Right now, 67% of the people say one of one. I'm going to leave it up for now.
yeah,
67% of the people saying they're going to go for the one of one.
yeah, yeah. And I don't blame them. And then, like, okay, so for instance, Daniel brings this up, right? Connections. Let's say Daniel's the breaker. Daniel pulls, let's whatever the card is, a top
Daniel,
5 card.
Daniel already knows that if he pulls the aura, he's hitting my DMs, right, Daniel?
Listen,
Right?
and then, but Daniel as a breaker, let's say he gets aggressive in the start. Let's just using him as an example, and he pulls the first 101. The ball is in your court, and what you do sets the mood for the next year. Like it just whoever pulls that first 101, that's not like a spec collector, because they don't really care. It just, like you said, it just has to be the right price. It got to make sense.
Yep.
But if you're a part of the hobby and you're a part of the connections, is you set the you set the tone, and that's gonna be an interesting place to be in.
I told you I was gonna say this, but like I need to develop something so that I can buy boxes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so afraid I'm not gonna get any boxes.
How cutthroat do you think people are gonna get?
Dude, I think it's gonna get nasty. I really think it's gonna get
The
nasty.
the headliner for this era is gonna be nasty work, because it's gonna get bad, bro. It's gonna get bad,
Facts. He said Wedge pulls the first one, it's gonna be $1 million for every one of one.
bro.
Oh man. I don't know what we're gonna do, guys.
This conversation actually pissed me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie,
My
because I
bad.
I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen.
The Disney thing scared me. I'm not gonna lie. The Disney thing scared me. The prices scared me. And with what they can do, all right. Just so no one talks about this, right? The Magic the Gathering artwork is amazing.
Yeah.
And if Magic the Gathering can do this, Topps can do it like the Star Wars Galaxy, right? If you look at some of these, like if you look, they did this. They got artists to do this for Magic the Gathering already. So if you guys think that this set's gonna be trash, I don't think so. I don't think the game's gonna lit it. Nothing they've ever released has given me that impression. I think they're taking their time, and we're gonna see some crazy stuff. Shout out Magic the Gathering. Love that
That
set.
is like, and then it's gonna be the continuous L's is gonna get to me. Like, you could take, you get like, we all hit those stints where you just lose auctions for like a solid month. Like it's just like, yo, what is going on? Like it's like, we've all had those times, but like when it comes to numbered cards, that hits a little different for JT's exact point. When you take that L in that auction and you tap out, that might be it right there. That's it. That's it. Good luck.
Man,
Good luck on that aura, bro. Because that's gonna be
dude, can you imagine how legendary it'd be if I get the aura one of one?
bro.
If I get the one of one, I have to go all out for this.
No, I mean that's the only way you go all out. Like The most ridiculous thing to do is to try to
I'm
go
gonna.
all out before having a one-on-one. Or you can, you can do things like, for me, sports wise, I start out at out of five. I start out at the go to vinyls. I start at the go vinyls, then I go down. Usually, I'll like it's a lot of sports cars, so it's different. But out of five is a good
For
sweet
me,
spot.
it's like I'm just gonna go for like if I like the design of the card, I want every variant
Yep.
regardless. I'm gonna shoot for the one of ones, like the whole thing. But if I end up short, I end up excuse me, I end up
Now,
short.
okay, let's talk. Let's have a. I know we're
Oh
gonna
my
get.
god, why would you do that to me? All right,
Listen,
legit. Wait, legit. If I pull the Autumn Queen one of one, I gotta keep it. That would
you
just
gotta
be
keep it.
hilarious. That's wild.
So I know you usually don't plan, which, yeah, I understand, right?
Mhm.
But
I'm good.
how do you go about knowing the aura could pop up at any given time? Like, do you have like do you have a game? Would you have a game plan for that? You get what I mean? Like, because you really got to think different when it comes. That's one chance, bro. That's one chance.
Mm. I was just gonna keep ripping and ripping and ripping.
And then it's gonna pop up at Dylan. I'm like, bro, I don't have it. Like, it's
Yeah,
gonna
there's no way I can get to it. It's like
it's like,
I have no idea. I guess I should start coming up with a game plan.
cause do you like okay, so every week that go by, you just get more aggressive. Like, okay, I got this to the side, I got this to the side. Then it pop up. It's
I mean,
like,
honestly, besides like ripping it, what are my chances of being able to
that's what
buy
I'm
the
saying.
ore
Like,
one of one?
what is
So like I
what?
have to go hard until it's pulled on ripping. And if the prices are through the moon, I'm screwed. If the prices are through the moon, at that point I might as well just start saving up money,
And waiting
selling
for
my
that moment.
pennies. Yeah, doing start selling my feet pics or something.
Is
Maybe
is worse to not know where the card is. Like, that's a real like that. Obviously, this everybody has experienced sports or some other form of the hobby. Not knowing where the card is feels a little bit different. That feels different, bro. Like, that is it's like, because you don't know if it's still in the box. You just that see that's then we bring this up before we went live. Like, it's like, JT, I literally said this. I said it's gonna be the auctions. Like, it's like
well,
the
but
fighting
so
chance.
JT is saying that he wants his
Yeah, you get a
to go to
fighting
auction.
chance.
Yeah, so that he can like see it and it's like, all right, I've got it. I know I've
I've
got
got,
7
yeah,
days and it's mine. Versus
yep.
like I know this is criminal. When I would wake up, like I go to bed at 1, like I stay up late. I'm a night owl.
It
I stay
hurt.
up late. And when a Ghoul Trooper USA shard, all right, one sold for 3K. Then like 3 days later, I went to bed at 1 o'clock. Didn't have very much service where I was at. So I was like, forget it, I'm going to bed. Tell me why a Ghoul Trooper was listed at 1:30 a.m. Buy it now for 300.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
I
yeah.
woke up and saw that, I was furious. That's gonna be like the one of ones. Like if it doesn't go to auction, you have a chance of missing it.
The real pain
Although
was Makari. Makari, because Makari would be
uh,
like 3 minutes ago. You know what that feel like, bro? Like, you
I
missed
hate
it by three
Macari
minutes.
always tells you it'd be like sold, sold,
Like,
sold.
it's like, yo, she's like, what you mean 3 minutes? The worst one, I've caught some on Makari where I was literally a minute late. Like, it
Mm.
literally said a minute ago. That Makari setup is just that is the worst pain right there. Like,
I hate going through Macari, but then I still go through it just for the off chance of finding something. And then
yeah.
like I found something and then I bought it right away, and then they're like, cancel. I was
See, no, you see, you gotta Makari, you have to have finesse, because I got my first Lux Dark Bomber and Dark Voyager off of there. But what I had to do was, this is, if y'all remember Mo. Mo was a big dog in the hobby. I had to talk the buyer off of Mo. Me and Mo we had to split it. I took the Lux, Mo took the Red Knight, because we was like, yo, if we send her one more message, she's gonna back out. So me and Mo was like,
like,
okay, you take the Red Knight, I take the Lux. We good. We'll stop there, bro. It's crazy out there. That was a different time. That was
yeah.
crazy.
I don't know what we're gonna do. That's what y'all can expect for 2025. Um, I guess we'll get into the recent
Yeah.
pickups. Let me see if I can pull back some. Let's bring our heads back down to reality for a
Yeah.
bit. I will be reaching out to our contact
Yep.
throughout this month. I'm probably gonna wait another 2 weeks, and then as soon as I get information, I'll let you guys know. I doubt I'll get anything back anytime soon at the beginning of the new year.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna reaching out. I'm using the Disney Genesis as a reason for reaching back out. So I'll let you guys know what they say when they respond. If they respond, hoping they will.
Man.
All right, let me see here. How far back are we going here?
We'll do it as we're talking, so that would make it easier. I guess just go back to the I don't even what was that? December.
All right, I went back to like the 21st. That should be
okay.
Good
enough. Oh, got it.
Yeah, I got it. All right, Jonesy Bezos got the Ice King and the Ultimate Knight.
Let's go. Oh, that joint is fire.
I did add the pins. This pin to the website.
Yeah.
I was lacking a little bit on some of the pins. I think so. I added 2 new ones. We haven't seen the pin this season, right? So
yeah,
we won't see it until the beginning of next.
It's probably gonna be Renegade Raider.
Shit, it probably is.
It's probably gonna be Renegade Raider.
No, but that's for the OG.
Yeah. You're right. It might be I wonder how they're gonna do this, man. That's gonna be interesting to see.
Maybe they do 2 pins this year.
They might.
I mean, I don't know.
That's gonna be interesting.
I'll just scroll through some of these. Rice with the 9.
Bull Shark.
Oh my gosh.
Nice little combos right here.
Even picking up some stuff for Series 2. I did see some crazy auctions in for Series 2 that I was really confused about. The market's so weird right now. So eBay prices for these auctions, you can get steals, but then if it's like minty and you get 2, so like I noticed like if 2 people are going after a card, it shoots up in price.
Yeah.
But then if only one person, like I went after a card and they beat me, and I went high, and then like I didn't go after the next card that I was gonna go after because I was like so like down in the dumps for missing this card, and it went low. And so these prices are scary because they only go up when only 2 people are looking for it. And so right now it's as low as 1 person right now chasing some of these at the end of the night. So
side note, would you have been happy as a OG Renegade holder with the style?
Oh, the purple style?
Yeah.
You know it. That joint
was fire, bro. The purple one go. I mean,
be completely, I like Renegade Raider.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, I wish they just kept the old version for them and gave us the purple version.
Oh yeah, bro, for sure.
No, I get that purple version is legendary. That joint is. We might have to. I told you we might have to do something with that colorway.
That joint is fire, bro. That colorway is crazy.
If you guys don't know, you gotta look. Maybe I can find it here in a second. You guys look at that. The new Renegade Raider style. It's fire. Straight fire.
Shout out to the people that had her.
Some hollow skull troopers.
Let's go.
All variants. Oh, there's one more thing. Do I want to talk about that? Let me see if we get to the end of this. And then I might have something to talk about. Or maybe I'll save it. It's a whole nother discussion. Yellow Jacket just got a new style.
Yep.
For the Christmas gift style giveaway.
They did good on that style too.
They did do really good. I've always thought Yellow Jacket was like that's what I knew the name of, but she's not like super used.
It's that
she
starter
had, like,
pack.
a moment.
That starter pack
had a moment, but people know her name. So that's all. I always want to pay attention. If people know the name of a skin, I want to try to pay attention. Yo, King, we're SGC 10 chasers right now. We both got red SGC 10 cards, man. And then I picked up one of these too.
Hey, let's go, Power Court.
Dude, I have way too many S1 shards now. I'm about to trade some away when tops come up.
Listen, it'll be a good one to do.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta pick up cards that you can, trade away.
Yep.
Top 2, hollow foil.
Let's go. That laser, man.
From some of these superhero skins.
That laser.
I'm excited for the chrome. I really hope they do Topps Chrome. I'm really excited for the chrome cards, to be honest.
Can't wait for that.
Stickers. I've always loved the freaking great the texture of these.
Yeah, like it's like
the background.
I can't even name it.
King's been going crazy.
Yeah, let's go.
Gold
Fire.
frames.
Pop one. Yo, Dutch Gold collection is so fire, bro. His collection is so fire.
I have to show, if you guys are watching from YouTube and you're not in the Discord, it's super easy to join. Just go to
Yeah.
fortnitecards.com. You create a free account and you'll get the link to the Discord to join the community. There is some amazing collectors in here.
Yeah, bro.
And like JL,
Yep.
Crewman, Matthew,
It's some heat in there,
Jesper,
man.
JT. There's so many amazing collectors. I can't name them all. It's like you guys have such amazing collections.
Love the superhero combos.
Like I don't even know where y'all put them all.
The
I started
Optichrome and S3 is fire, bro.
Octichrome in general.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see
You
this.
know I felt about
Octichrome.
that S2, boy. My goodness.
I was looking at this card and I don't know. Then I started looking at the shards again. I was like, wait a minute.
I
The
know.
Octichrome might
I
be.
know, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Slabbed up, Optichrome looks a million times better than behind a top loader.
Agree. You can enjoy it the right way.
You can really enjoy it. So in a slab, Optichrome looks amazing. Cracked ice, it looks great regardless because you can see the shards so well. But Optichromes get overlooked in the top loaders. And so like every Optichrome I have here, like I have my like Hush, I have my Rocks, I have my Aura. In the slab, it's a different beast. I really, maybe that's all I'll say. I want to talk about the other thing. Did we talk about this?
Yeah, I thought we did because this. I feel like
we talked about this, but this was crazy. JL hit some crazy. I don't know how difficult CGC grades, but he got 2 links,
double links,
and then he also got the Healy Bone.
Yep,
and the
Galaxy. Crazy.
That's crazy. That's a crazy good one.
That's that.
Yeah, we also have a collection thread here too. If you just want to share your whole collection.
Yeah. So I'm glad you said that. Side note: if y'all haven't shared your top 15 yet, please do that because I'll reshare the concept because I'm gonna work on that video. So if you want to update it, I know Dylan added some heat to his, so maybe somebody wants to update theirs. You can do that as well. But yeah, definitely share that collection for the video if you want to be in it.
Did we do that in the
Discord?
The collection thread though, or where did we do
we
that?
Probably we did it in the card talk. It probably should go over to the collection thread though.
Okay. Yeah, and we can create another one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the documentary got some crazy stuff.
This was crazy, bro.
So I was watching these, and so like I'm pretty adamant, right? On like if I don't like this skin, I try not to take it. Well, we do the show, right? And so although I want to collect cards and I want to be able to trade and sell at some point too, I try to stay away as much as I can from skins that like I'm not a fan of, right? And like I looked at these and I saw these like I'm not a fan, but $39 for a shard.
It's crazy.
Dude, like what, 46? I was like, this was insane. And I remember us all having the conversation that shards would never go under 100. And
no, we definitely did. We definitely did.
You know, everyone said, "Oh, the floor is definitely 100."
No, I thought it was 150. That's where I was at. I was like 150. It shouldn't, just based off of how rare it was.
This is another one that I almost attacked for King. I'm pretty sure you just picked this up because I almost bought this one. And then I was like, what do I don't collect him, so I stayed away. I tried to stay try to stay focused. I tried. But man, some of these prices made it hard. There's some conversations here that you guys know about, like pet runs. Lots of cool conversations in here. King with some more. King went hard on series too.
Crazy.
And the med kit. This became super relevant recently. Jim with the mat. Here's a nice view of the mat.
Nice little setup right there.
All right, so and when you guys looking at this little wheel here, when I release the new top 50 for 2025, you guys will understand this wheel more. But basically, the idea is these are all metrics here on the right that Rob and I consider when we talk about like how important is a card and is it worth collecting? We look at all these elements.
Hmm.
And so like when you're ripping, I have a placeholder here for you to really put your card in and think, all right, how do I value this card? And is it hitting the points that I believe in? Because I don't
Yep.
believe in all these points here, but Rob believes in ones I don't believe in. I believe in ones that
Hmm.
he doesn't believe in. But this pretty much sums each type of way you can collect, I think.
Yeah.
So you guys will see more of that when I release the top 50.
And
So there was a
it-
thought behind it.
so the thing is, with that system, that's a system that y'all know that we've been working on for a while. You know, kind of had to go to bat for the system over the past 2 years, just because it's so clear. Because the thing is, if a skin hits all of those metrics, you have a very, very strong skin.
Hmm.
You have a very strong skin. I mean, to be honest, it's a couple that really fit that, but I think one that's a fair one to talk about is somebody like Midas. Midas hits
Yeah.
a lot of those metrics, and it's just a good way for you to judge.
Yeah, it's a nice little reminder. So let us know if y'all like that design element. Hopefully y'all do. I think it balances it out pretty well. We got another one with Dirty Dan,
Oh,
and he's got the cards that he
Max.
won in the giveaways. Sweet. I don't know. Max might be my favorite pick. I don't know if I can say that, but Max might be my favorite pick of the year. We did so amazing on that thing. I have to say, I love that card.
Dang, crazy 36,
Yeah,
14.
are you talking about the shard?
Yeah, not the hollows.
Oh, for the prices,
Yeah, crazy.
36 for the hollow.
Hmm.
Yeah, even that is like insane.
It's
Like
crazy, bro.
I'm
These
seeing
joints
some
is
crazy
so
prices.
hard to pull. Like, it's crazy.
All right, let me just show you guys the collections page real quick. There's some cool stuff on the collections thread.
Yeah.
People just post their collections. Um, like here, I can share mine real quick. This is some of my cards. It's hard to share your collection because I couldn't fit everything in the picture, so I had to be kind of choosy.
Yep.
And then I just started like stacking stuff. Um, Even my collection's already grown since this. Um, but yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's not in this picture,
Yep.
but it's hard to like share your collection. Like I saw this and I thought this was super dope.
That's fire. West Drum with the
Yeah,
bullseye
Bush
army.
Jones with his bullseye collection. I a long time ago I posted my like this was cool. It
Yep.
has every part of the
Which is super
of
fire.
the
That's
freak what's it called, mecha team leader.
one of my
So
favorite ways
smart.
for people to collect right there.
And then we got people with binders. I started doing my binder thing again. And we didn't talk about this, but this is just
This
dope.
is top tier.
This is signed by Donna Mustard. That's a dope warfighter.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And the fact that it's hollow just like
Yeah.
speaks to the collectors in us, man. Um, I do collect binder stuff too, so like I like to do like full pages, and I took one
Yeah.
out here. But these are my DKV. So I'm a big fan of like the 9-page binders,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like I have a bunch to grade, and I don't know. Do I want to just keep doing binders for now, or do I want to get back into grading?
Yeah. I gotta send some stuff in. I feel like I got a little bit too many cards right now. It's making me uncomfortable. But it really is, bro. I don't know. Like but I'm technically, like, when it comes to slabs, I'm technically still under like a main 30. Like, I'm close to it. I'm at like 26. But like, when I go to grade, then I'll be way over. I'll be at, like, I think, like 50 even,
I
which is
think I
gonna be
have
which is gonna be good when I gotta go for the cards that I want to go for this year. So that's gonna be fun.
I have 23 cards in my grade pile.
See, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have about as many cards as you have graded that I want to grade.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I got a lot that I need to grade as well. But those usually, how I go. As soon as I get them graded,
Yeah.
that usually goes into my next big card. I probably, like, I think usually is because it usually comes from ripping. So we'll see how it goes though. I got a small list that I want to get this year, but they're not small cards. So we'll
Yeah,
see how
if
that
you guys
goes.
don't know, Rob is very methodical about how he approaches his
Yeah.
collection. Me not so much. I'm like JL. I'm an addict, and I'm
Nah, yeah.
impulsive, man.
I yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
so impulsive.
Yeah, I think my like for me, I just like it more like I like for it to be in a spot. Like so if I show my collection, I want to be like this. Like I just want to be in
Mhm.
one little space. I like it to like tell a cohesive story. I don't know, like I just like a more minimalistic collection for me. It's just I don't know, it's just the way I like to collect.
And that's a good point. Is that there's no wrong way
Yeah.
to collect.
I get uncomfortable when I get too many
I
cards.
did not see you. You ripped two USA Series One megas on your last stream. No, I did not see that. I wish you had tagged me. I did not see. Ragnarok was your
Oh,
best
that's
pull.
crazy. Ragnarok is a great pull.
That's a good pull. That's crazy. You're talking about it. I didn't see that.
Yeah. That is
All right. Is there any other comments or anything topics you guys want to talk about before we cut it off? So I can save my voice. I'm scared I'm getting
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. I
Can you
hear it a
hear
little
it?
bit more now than when we
Than when I
first
first got
started.
on.
Yeah.
hmm And a Fate. Dude, I
Oh,
actually
a
like
fate.
Fate.
Yeah.
I didn't like Fate when Series 1 came out, but
Mhm.
then they released other
That new
skins
style.
later, and like now it's kind of cohesive. And now I kind of want a Fate collection,
Yeah.
but at this point it's kind of late. So
Oh man. This is this conversation tonight, bro, because
yeah, we must
we
be checking eBay and like
we what we're getting at, what me and Dylan and everybody in here knows is that we're not gonna be prepared. Not as in like what we have in our collection, but just the announcement is gonna come abrupt. I feel it. I feel it, bro. Like it's gonna be abrupt. I just know it. And so it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays
so
out.
I just know that from the Disney Genesis, like when I say I tried to buy this, I literally tried my best to buy a set I didn't want, right? For 30, 45 minutes trying everything I could to try to get a set just as a test. So
Mhm.
basically, I envisioned I just lost out on Fortnite,
Yeah.
and that scared me. That
But
really scared
it's
me.
what's crazy is so back when I was in the sneaker world, right? Like all the sneaker websites that you would buy sneakers from, you knew that you weren't going to get them, right?
Yeah,
You just knew you weren't going to get them. But what you would do is it's like, okay, I'm already prepared for resale because you got to be a part of that first wave of resale. Because if you can get somebody out the door at like we were talking about, if you can get them at
so
350,
the
that's
first guy
better.
was 200,
Yep.
second guy was 2,000,
There you go.
and then eventually it came back down, right? But
Yep.
yeah, you gotta be ready.
You got to be ready, bro.
Can we as a hobby, can we all as a hobby agree not to like spend 2K?
Dude,
Like let them
dude,
sit for a bit and let them all get their pre-orders in there so they're fighting against each
listen.
other. Probably not. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, yeah, I'll
Yeah, I
agree.
got you, bro. Yeah, no worries. Yo, 10 G's done.
Well, the case thing is what scared me. I know people can do
Yeah,
it. Those cases sold out fast.
bro, it was.
So, all right, guys, we'll catch you guys next time. I'm
Yes.
not sure about Rob's schedule, so maybe we'll have an exclusive on Wednesday.
Yeah, it would be good
Not sure
Wednesday.
yet, but we'll let you guys know in the Discord. I'm sure we will, but
Yep.
we'll see how things going. I might be sick. I'm
Yeah. Yeah,
battling.
y'all know how it is, y'all. So we got y'all. If we can.
We'll get you guys if we can.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time.
All right, y'all have a good one.